Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Barry Chappell coming to you live from Hollywood, California, home of Primetime Shopping Network. Oh, do I have a show? Do I have a show? Oh, you know who really likes this? Sasha Basari right there, who commented on it in an elevator ride with me literally 23 minutes ago? Chris Wallace. Yeah, the Chris Wallace. He said he liked the Sasha Basari. So, strangest 2 minutes. And that's how life is, Wilson. You're going along day to day to day, and then all of a sudden in 2 minutes, first thing that happens, I'm parking my car here, and Jay Leno, the Jay Leno, comes walking right past me. I'm getting out of my car. I go, "Hi, Jay." And he looks around and goes, "Hi." And he had the dinkiest little car. Patty, you seen that dinky little car? It's like a suitcase. It's some kind of new smart car. So I see Jay Leno, talk to him briefly, then I get in the elevator. And I'm riding the elevator up, and guess who was in the elevator with me, Wilson? Chris Wallace. The Chris Wallace is in the elevator. He said, "Did you paint that?" And he's looking at this Basari. And I said, "No, I sell art and coins on TV." He goes, "That's a beautiful painting." I said, "Well, thank you. I'll tell the Russian man that painted it." So, yes, we got that going on today. And, oh, this is serious stuff. Patty.
Yes.
I hate to bring it up live, but it's a good thing that Romeo might be planted somewhere dead, because the minute I told Juliet that Chris Wallace was in the elevator with me, she was like, "Where?" And I said, "He's already." She was halfway out the door. I said, "He's already left." It's like she would have done anything. You would have grabbed him, molested him. Oh, you give him a drink first. Yeah, all right, there you go. So anyway, I got an incredible show coming your way tonight. A lot of people talk about the biggest upset in Olympics ever. And then, it's been going on since ancient Greece, Most people talk about this as the biggest upset, Wilson, ever. The 1980 Olympic gold medal going to the United States. They beat the Russians 4-3, and every single person on the USA team signed this jersey. They call it the Miracle, and a lot of people go, "Well, who's player number 80? Well, 80 is the year it happened, 1980. Everybody said there's no way you can beat the Russians. They beat the Russians, and 2 days later they beat Finland for the gold medal. And look at this, you have all the bells and whistles, the authenticity there. This is the last 19. I had 2 or 3 of these. Oh, look, you can read their names. Buzz. Oh, my goodness, look at all of this. Well, that's coming up tonight. Got a lot of cool gold for you tonight. And I pulled out one of the most loved football player of all time right here. He used to be occasionally on Monday Night Football with Howard Cosell. Do you know who that is? Wilson, do you know who that is?
I do.
What? Rosie Greer. By Rosie Greer. And he said, "Ram, And he made like 2 little drawings on it. Right up here, he's got another drawing. The Rosie Greer. When did Rosie Greer die, or is he still alive? I'm scared to ask my phone because Siri has been... What? 2156 is the item number. But what's that? Great! Rosie, I got your painting here. I would let you have it, but you got to go past Juliet. She's tough. Did you see her? She was going to run after Chris Wallace. That would have made the news, too. It's a good thing you planted Romeo. You did plant him, right? You're not going to comment on that without your attorney. She's smart about that. Folks, Rosie Greer, he did this to help the Father Francis on 7th Avenue Food, Pastry, and Shelter in New York, New York. And I remember when this came up, they had all these initials on it because this is a special item, a top pick, everything. You know, they were saying this could go for $8,000 or $9,000 because it's Rosie Greer. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to let you folks decide. This first hour has beat me senseless, Patty. It's not even fair. Chris Wallace really likes the Basari, too. If I had only known Juliet, I would have brought him right by here. Say, Chris, there's a lady that's got to meet you. Yeah. Tell you what, I paid a fortune for this. I really did. This is Rosie Greer. He drew it, signed it. He put a couple pictures on there. Tell you what, let's do this. $100 to open, $100 increments. The Rosie Greer. He was a ram, wasn't he? Yeah. Oh, I got some gold tonight. I got some Azoulays. I have some amazing Zacks. Got a Peter Max. I got a Ronnie Wood. No one's gonna open on Rosie Greer. You know what? I'm kind of glad because I'm gonna go. I didn't even look up the value because I knew it was a lot 10 years ago when I bought this. So I am going to take this down and pretend it didn't happen. Who did this one, Ashley? Is this Mr. Brainwash? Yes. With my favorite guy, Charlie Chaplin, on there? When I was a little kid, my parents used to take us to Shakey's Pizza. And all they do is play back and forth all the Charlie Chaplin movies. They ditch us there is what they did. Just ditched us. Matt, did your dad ever ditch you anywhere? Because they did it without saying, Barry, we're ditching you here. Here's a roll of quarters. The hell with a roll. Someone give him $50 worth of quarters. We'll be back tomorrow. All right. 2495. What do these go for? Didn't I have some comps on these? This was done by Mr. Brainwash. It is number 116 of 150. It's got the seal on it. And done in 2020. Oh, it's loaded with paint here. Wilson, come here a second. Wilson, come here. No, I'm not going to spray the camera. Mr. Brainwash. Tell you what I'm going to do. Aren't these a fortune? All right. Ashley, I forgot about this one. Comes in its own box. So Mr. Chaplin can sleep well during the day. I mean, Mr. Brainwash, he put a lot of time in this. And they got the Mr. Brainwash seal, the hologram. You got everything here. Where's Mr. Brainwash? Right there, I believe. That'd be a hard name to, I don't know. I think Mr. Smith would have been better. You know how many letters are in Mr. Brainwash? Tell you what, these retail for about $1,400 to $1,700. Tell you what, start an auction at this. $100 to open, $100 increments. Mr. Brainwash, signed, numbered, hologrammed, everything. I am starting at zero. $100 increments. Now, Matt, these say delicious plant-based food. A potato is obviously a plant-based food. Can you guarantee to me these were air fried? Or were they? No, you can't. Doesn't matter. I just don't know where they got the potato from. 100? We have 100, thank you. Juliet, you wouldn't hurt Mr. Potato Head, would you? Not what? You'd cook Mr. Potato Head. From Toy Story. You would cook Mr. Potato Head. It's a good thing you didn't meet Chris Wallace. Mr. Wallace, here's what's going to happen. You're either going to date me or you're going to end up like Romeo. 200 has been bid. It's like $1,200, $1,400. What is the name of Mr. Potato Head's wife? What's that? Well, you can be Mrs. Potato Head, but you can have a first name. That's a good question. Wilson, do you think Mrs. Potato Head has a first name? Do you know what it is? I don't either. Two, what is it? Mrs. $200 going once. $200 going twice. Oh, that's cheap. That is cheap. I got a $7,500 rare gold coin where they only struck 152,000 of them. Not $1,500,000. I got some Michael Schofields. I got a Peter Max. Oh, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. If I am going to get beat up, let's do it right now. Do you have a bid? All right, folks. This. And she's still alive. This next artist, she drew this for charity. Doodles for Hunger. Barbara Eden. I Dream of Jeannie. She played Jeannie. She's still alive, going strong. Of course she is. She's a witch. She can ask for more wishes. The wish, every time she gets close, she goes, nah, I wish myself another millennium. Bam. Now that is what's she right there? What does that say? Barbara Eden, Bunny. And she wrote something right there. Put a little tree in it. 2159 is what Ashley just said. I've never seen a Barbara Eden drawing before. When they were auctioning these, once again, this was 10, 12 years ago, people were going crazy. And I just bought a few, and I thought, Barbara Eden. She worked with J.R. Who is J.R.? Larry Hagman, yes. I met Larry Hagman. Very nice. He said, get off of my beach. But he says, I think I'm just joking with you. I said, well, I think I'm going to take your warning. And no, he was a real nice guy. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. This would have been $2,700, $2,800 when the auction house were doing all these for hunger. This was the New York shelter. Tell you what, start at zero. $50 increments on Barbara Eden. I can't say that. Juliet, you're going to get me in trouble. She says, frame this up next to one of her Playboy spreads of Barbara Eden, especially because you got a bunny there that she drew. Put a picture of a Barbara Eden next to her own drawing, starting at zero, $50 increments. I got a Mario Lemieux, but who is he now, Wilson? Have you ever heard of a guy named Mario Lemieux?
Yes, hockey.
Yeah, doesn't he hold like all the scoring records, some of them? And the other guy that holds all the scoring records, he's on TV all the time. He played for LA, his last gig. Wayne. Yeah, Wayne, the goal scoring Gretzky. So I don't have a $50 open on Barbara Eden. That settles it. That was the worst buys I've ever made. I thought 12 years ago, 15 years, people would love these. So I put them in a time capsule. Time, not castle, what do you call it? Time
Capsule.
capsule. I am going to take Barbara Eden down. I got a happy Mario Lemieux. Oh my goodness. Did you ever see those bumper stickers, or am I too much older than you, in the 70s that said, Jesus saves, but Gretzky scores?
Oh my God. That's the best.
Yeah. Well, here is Mario Lemieux. That autograph. Oh, let me give you. Here's Barbara Eden,
2158.
and here is.
I know that's Rosie.
That's Rosie.
I
Yeah.
got Barbara right here.
Okay. You. All right, folks. Mario Lemieux drew a picture, and it's a pretty cool picture. He's like the Pink Panther here. Isn't that the Pink Panther he's drawing? And what does it say there? Lemieux. I can't even remember. Read it. What does that say? All the best. He drew a Pink Panther. See, not only is an amazing goal scorer, but he can draw a Peter Sellers character. You guys tell me. This is the Mario Lemieux. What do you think this should be worth, Matt? I mean, you know, if you stood in line with a Mario Lemieux jersey, which he occasionally does, what are you going to pay? $400, $500, $700 just to get him to sign a jersey? Easy. So tell you what, start at this at $50 increments. And this, I can almost guarantee you, is going to be the last famous person drawing for hunger. I will have one other person when he does return, or if he's alive, I would like to have Romeo draw me a picture. Oh, you keep shaking your head. It's like you know what he's going. He's dead. He's gone. So Juliet. He's up there right now. He's a few floors up. Chris Wallace. Why don't you run up there and molest him or something? Thank you. I don't think he'd press charges. Chris Wallace? You're not going to run up there and meet him? Tell you what, we're on TV, so you have video evidence. I'll give you $200 right now to go up a floor and go over to Chris Wallace and rip his shirt off. What do you think the fee would be? Would it cost me more than $300, $400 to bail her out? Can you act deranged? You have to. You can act deranged. Well, you can blame it on somebody else. Say, Leslie Stahl dared me to do this. All right. So, no takers. I am 0 for 0 on all of my famous people drawing doodles. So that will be the last doodle. I have a ton of gold tonight, folks. You know what? I have some of the most valuable Azoulay serigraphs. Got a few Schofields. Got a Peter Max here. I thought we sold that one. We didn't. The sailboat. Okay. Oh,
Doodle on the back.
what?
It has a doodle on the back.
Oh, you shouldn't have told me. It's got a doodle on the back too. But I'll tell you what. I want to show you something. This is a rare coin, folks. They only minted 152,000. And I'll tell you what, if anybody wants that Mr. Brainwash can, first person that says you sold it, good. This is an uncirculated 1915 Philadelphia Struck $20 St. Gaudens. They only minted 152,000. Not 4 million, not 8 million, not 12 million. They only minted 152,000. And out of those 152,000, I would guess that 85% are low grade. MS60 means they can look at this coin under magnification and guarantee you, NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, that this coin has never been in circulation. And MS60 means unk. MS61, a little better unk. And you take a look at the back here.
Mr. S says thank you.
Oh, thank you, Mr. S. Now, where does Mr. S live?
He lives in Florida. Not, Las Vegas.
Las Vegas? Mr. S, if you see a lady named Juliet running towards you, would you be nice to Mr. S? She's always nice. Are you always nice in Las Vegas? To our customers. Of course, she's very friendly. Doesn't explain what happened to Romeo, who seems to be missing for, did anybody say anything after 2 months passed? And they saw the fresh garden you planted. Never mind. But, folks, only 152,000, not 15 million, not 4 million. 8 million, like a lot of the coins, the St. Gaudens. Designed by Augustus St. Gaudens. He died before he could see he died in 1907 before he could see the actual coins come off the production line, but look at that. Tell you what, I have a comp here. Look at this. This is MS64, and they want 7,200. $7,290.18. You know what, Ashley? I'll give you $10 right now to call this ad up and say, I'll tell you what, I'll give you $7,290, but I'm not paying you the 18 cents. What do you think he would say?
He'll probably say he'll drop the 18.
Yeah, so why even put it up there? All right, I'll tell you what I can do.
Hey, but if
Can do on this. I love this coin. Tell you what, only 152,000 ever minted, making it one of the lowest mintage. It's a tough coin to get. I'll tell you what I can do. Oh, everybody should want it. 4,500 to open, $200 increments. That is a guaranteed MS60 is uncirculated. And what I like about this coin is I have done a lot of business with NGC, and a lot of MS60 and 61s have a lot of bag marks where other coins hit the coin. This coin does not seem to have them. This coin, I would argue, next time, I know a couple of the people at NGC, I'm going to take this coin with me to one of their show. Little bit of chatter on that one side over there, but could this be a 6.2 or a 6.3? I mean, if there's anything holding it back, it's on the reverse, but it's still so vivid. 4,500 to open on that. Now, how long is my short film on Guillaume Azoulay? Because can't believe Mario Lemieux drew the Pink Panther and nobody wanted it, Ashley. And I'm going to hand this to you. Put it in the right folder, because that could get mixed up with Barbara Eden, because all she's got to do. Could you ever do that, Wilson, where she moved her nose? Oh, she did this. Who wrote it?
Oh, that was Bewitched.
Bewitched. Yes. Well, here, let me, Wilson, get me on this. She is right. I am going to do the Barbara Eden move. Did she just accuse me of mistreating witches? What'd she do, like that? No, master. All right. Folks, I'm going to show you a short video on Guillaume Azoulay. I want to tell you something. Guillaume Azoulay is the youngest artist to ever be accepted into the Louvre, the Bibliothèque Nationale. Image 1, Image 2, Image 3, Image 4. Ondine and Encounters, I believe. I know Ronald Reagan owns the piece Encounters. I know the late President Ronald Reagan, the late Vice President Rockefeller owns a Guillaume Azoulay. One of the richest families in France, the Baron Robert de Rothschild, loves his work and buys it. I have some very, very rare Azoulay's. How long is that film?
14 minutes.
Oh, you got to see it. This is Guillaume Azoulay in his own words.
The horse, that is the perfect animal. You don't really choose art as a career, you know. You're kind of born into it. You know, you don't wake up one day and say, I'm an artist or whatever, just like the old cliche about poetry, that you don't have to be writing poetry to be a poet, which is very true. Art is a big word for something that is just, it's work. It's just work. What seems fairly simple at a first glance could actually take years and years of experience. And the simpler it looks, the better, because that is really where the experience pays off. The illustrated horse. This is the case of an idea that I wanted to have a horse that would retain its, you know, shape and strength and all the speed and everything, and yet be in a sense part of a total environment. By total environment I mean, instead of having just a horse, it has several layers and levels on that horse, which mean that you could almost take the piece and turn it around in any position and still have quite a readership in it. For instance, there is the head of a tiger in the entire background. If you tilt it to one side, if you tilt it to another side, you'll see there are two horses there. Point is, you don't have to look at it as just a horse. You know, you forget that it's a horse, and then it doesn't tell you the story of a horse. So I call it the illustrated horse because it has all these layers in it, all these levels.
I have been working with Azoulay for 20 years approximately. And the very first job I did for him was an etching, a card etching. And I was very surprised when I met him that he was speaking French, actually.
Tu as 3-4 images dans la même image.
Qui sont superposées.
Okay, exactement.
I'd have to say the fact that he speaks French is helpful too. You know, we have a very good common background here.
The relationship with someone like Pascal is built over many years. I mean, it was over 20 some odd years.
In our business, once you start to have a business relation with an artist, usually it's a lifetime. It happened that after having been working for so long, he trusts me very much about what he wants, and I feel kind of free with him. And it's a very interactive process.
Une fois, celle-ci, je m'en suis servi. It's good, it's a comfortable relationship because you don't have to say much to know exactly what you mean.
He tells me what he likes, you know, and I try to translate it into a print, and he gives me his feedback, I change the print. It's kind of a dialogue actually going on. So this original drawing is shot and enlarged to the size of the print, and it's enlarged on a miler. And that miler here is going to be our key to cut all the different films that we need to print the different colors. One for the body of the horse, one is the background, and the third miler, which is the mane and the tail of the horse. Of course, those 4 milers have to register perfectly on top of one another. They're perfectly registered. And then, when those 3 milers are going to be printed with the chorus, we're going to end up printing the black. So a lot of different steps.
We don't realize how we are witnessing evolution every day all around us. There are animals that are not finished. They're not at the end of their journey. I mean, they're still in things. So I cited the kangaroo because it's a perfect example of an animal that is not there yet. I mean, look at the kangaroo. It looks like a big rat with, you know, the small arms. It doesn't make sense. It's not finished, you see? But a horse, that is the perfect animal. I mean, the horse, it's completely come to total fruition. It's right there, and you can really behold it and say, my gosh, what else can I add to this? That's it.
We just exposed this miler on the screen to the light, and the light has hardened all the emulsion of the screen that has been exposed, but what is under the ruby film here has not been exposed and is going to be washed away in the next step.
The work that I do is basically a distillation of my thoughts, and I try to bring the level up rather than lower it down, which unfortunately is a lot of what we see around us. You know, there's so much mediocrity, but in a way it reflects our own mediocrity. And so I try my own little way, if I can possibly elevate things a little bit, in my own work, you know, in my own little stone that I bring to the edifice around all of us. You know.
We have the print with the colors we printed yesterday, the mane and the tail of the horse, and the background that was printed 2 days ago. Everything looks really beautiful. We're very happy with it. You see how the colors are blending from the dark red to the very light one, and that blend is perfectly smooth. That's really great. I'm very happy with that.
You know, Moroccan born, North Africa, you got to wing it. You know, I mean, you know, things just don't come easy. I never had the basis, you know, I mean, schools and what have you. So you really go through life winging it. And to this day, I feel it. Because one of the problems when you wing it, as I said, is that you constantly have to test yourself. In other words, every time you do a new work, it is a new work. It's as if you're doing it all over again. It's as if you're starting from scratch and you say, my God, have I learned something? No. So that's one of the problems of self-taught. But in a way, I tap into this. It gives me a lot of freedom in the sense that you kind of rebel within yourself, say, who cares? You know, and by that attitude, you sort of free yourself. And so many times, you know, what usually would have a structure, in my way, is totally unstructured. You know, and I like it that way.
We just fit the screen on the press and we just locked it in place so it doesn't move, because we cannot afford the slightest movement in the screen or we would lose our registration.
One should never fear color, in a sense that I see many artists, you know, concerned about where the color hits and where the light or not. And I say, well, this is not photography. I'm going to deal with color the way I deal with my lines. It's an impression of a horse. It's an impression of the muscle structure. And the same way is my approach to color, which is color should be telling not a story, but a visual element. And at the same time, it has a life of its own.
The squeegee is going to push in through the screen and to the paper, and the flow bar, when the whole thing comes back, is going to catch the ink and bring it back to the starting point. Since that a split fountain, we have to contain the 3 colors. Every step has to be done, you know, perfect. Okay, here we have the last color that has been applied as a split fountain from red to green. We have 4 or 5 different colors here that are blended together. So that's the final product for the chorus.
There's a lot of stuff that makes me happy. I mean, you know, breathing every day makes me happy.
As you see, all the colors have been printed now, and we just put glue down on the background, and Svetya is laying the leaves. And as you can see, those leaves are extremely fragile, and it's a time-consuming step because all those leaves have to be put down by hand, one by one, until the whole background is covered. Those leaves will be brushed away, and only where the glue is, the metal is going to stick. And after that, we're going to print the lines.
So it's great. It's just right. And what I like about the top of it is that it really melts into the neck. We're all influenced by what we see, but yesterday I was looking at the proofs that we did on the silk screen. I was looking at the screen and I thought, amazing how Chinese my horses look. I don't know why. I have nothing to do with Chinese art, you know. It is just, you know, but it was funny. It looked very Chinese, and it wasn't the first time I had that impression. So obviously there are influences and things, but one is not even aware of. The color in the main is so great because it has so much of this color, and yet it's not the same color at all, but it really, really marries very well. All right. Alrighty. I'm really concerned. This is so much good. I'm concerned. You know. Sounds like déjà vu all over again. Etching is a sort of a link to a very, very long past. And the beauty of etchings is that what you do today is the way it has been done for centuries. I mean, there's really nothing really new about it. Again, with the comfort of someone like Pascal Giraudon, you know that you're in good hands and that he's going to take care of that baby. But now you see the importance of that etching when it comes to having the hidden horse here, you see?
Yeah.
You see, because it's right there and it's so completely there. The etching is actually an image of the hidden horse that's within the silkscreen of the illustrated horse, Cheval Illustré. It's sort of a accompanying piece in a way. It sort of explains the other piece. It's nice, it's like a twin, and you're looking at an element from that work. Like I said, I didn't choose this or choose that, you know. I was a lazy bum all my life, you know, so I decided, you know, why don't I just do what I like to do and go through with it. And it's an attitude that worked for me. I don't know that it's going to work for everyone, but there's something that everyone actually enjoys doing. And the idea is, why don't you just be the best at what it is that you enjoy doing, you know? And if it's a labor of love, then it's, you know, you've really accomplished something, and I really enjoy what I do.
Thank you. I made that on Guillaume Azoulay, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago. That was actually a farm in Calabasas. And Guillaume Azoulay paints horses. He, if you look, here's, for example, he has been the cover of like 3 or 4 different print world guides because a lady named Selmer Smith thought his work and his pen and inks and his drawings and his serigraphs were just so amazing. And on the first page is an ad. This is 06 for his up-and-coming book right there, Along the Lines, by Guillaume Azoulay. These are some of the rarest Azoulays ever done. And when you have customers like the Baron Robert de Rothschild, and if you go to the Ronald Reagan Museum, which is in Simi Valley, California, you'll see 2 Azoulays. One is Encounters that hangs in his museum. This is one of the most expensive Azoulays out there. Huit chevaux. You know what that means, Wilson? No, it means, if you're ever, right there, Huit chevaux, State 2, 2019. It means if you're feeling a little down and you don't feel healthy, there's whole wheat in this. You know, it's got gold leaf. This is like sold out rare. This is State 2, done in 2019. There was only 10. I sold them all. Here. No, Ashley. It is 519. It's 519 with a 2 in front of it. All right. 2519. In Print World Guide, if I'm not mistaken, this, because they did so few of these, I think this was $5,500 opening retail, and there's only 10 of them. This is number 2 of 10. Hand-laid gold leaf by a man with 7 pieces in the permanent archival collection of the Louvre. Friends of Baron Robert de Rothschild. Yeah, list price $7,500 minimum. Sold out rare. But here's what I'm going to do. Oh, I love this one. Now, Wilson, this is not a test. I don't want you to feel too much pressure. The piece is called Wheat Chevaux. You know a little French. How many horses do you think are in Wheat Chevaux? You think there's 8 horses here? Are you sure?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, I counted one twice. I counted that pink horse twice. It's not pink, it's more maroon and purple. 7,500 is Print World Guide price, sold out rare, extremely hard to come by. Tell you what I'm going to do. $800 to open. $100 increments once we get the open. Oh, that's too cheap. What am I doing? That's way cheap, isn't it, Ashley? Yeah, I think I probably paid more, but it doesn't matter. How many people are watching me online right now? And you got to be careful of that number, because you guys in the control room are watching me online. 32. But I got to subtract him, because that's 31, because he's watching. You're watching, Patty. So I'm down to 30. You're watching. 29. Ashley, 28. Matt, am I on your phone? 27 people. I have 2 people watching me. All right. No opens at that amazing price. Well, here's what I am going to do. Oh, I got some gold tonight, got all kinds of good stuff. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Can you hand me another one? Tell you what, before you even hand me Spider-Man. Yeah. That's Spider-Man. Do you like Spider-Man?
I do.
Is that why you dated him?
2528. I didn't date Spider-Man.
Yes, you did. You just didn't know, because he wasn't in his spider costume.
Oh, I see.
You just thought he was magic, that he could get stuff across the room and just go like this, and it was right there in his hand. Now, this is a Zax. This is an original, what is it, mixed media original, done by Zax. And did you get a chance to print that one copy? Because Zax have been going for a fortune. This is EM Zax, winning bid 7,800. Then you add on the buyer's fees, probably gonna be 8,500. Little R2D2, 58. It was closer to 7. He sold a piece 3 weeks ago at Julian's auction house in LA for $10,000. Look at all the work he did on Spider-Man. I am told that many other auctions, they pull up a Zax, an EM Zax, and they're $14,000 to $19,000. And this is Spider-Man. And that is a very, very good question, Giuliani. That's a very good question. Giuliani wants to know if you let him down easy when you broke up with Spider-Man. What do you think, Patty? Did you let Spider-Man down easy? Now, hypothetically speaking, if Spider-Man is going whoosh, 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 from building to building, you know, is there any way you could cut that spider web? Did you try and kill Spider-Man, Ashley? What do you think, Matt? Would you try and kill Spider-Man? What did Spider-Man do to you? What's that? Scared you? Yeah. All right. Camera 2 for a second. Camera 1. Matt just told the truth of the situation. He said that Spider-Man caught Ashley in a web of lies. But you didn't have to try and kill him, Ashley. You could have just let him down easy. You don't have to spray, what do you call that? Lysol on his web, and it evaporates it, and phew. He's still alive, right? Wasn't his name Peter Parker? Or is that a different Stan Lee character? But anyway, tell you what, these are 14, 15,000. This is BC 2528. And that is a cool original, unique collage mixed medium original. 14 to 19,000. I'm going to give somebody the steal of the show. This would make it the cheapest Zax ever sold on TV. You know, there's another network that wants 9,000 to open, Wilson. That's 9, a comma, then a 0, 0. And stick with me, Wilson, another 0. Then a dot, like a period, and 2 little zeros. Watch this. If this doesn't sell, I'm doomed. Oh, this is too cheap. I probably paid more. Don't yell at me until after I $1,500 to open. Did I just pay a lot more, Ashley? Did you hear what she said? She said, "Oh," and I can't say the rest. $1,500 to open on an EM Zax. Now, that's good for you guys, but I got some good news coming up for me because what do I have, about a minute and I'm on Dish? I don't mean to be nosy, Matt, but why is that guy climbing in his underwear up a mountain? You see him? Now he's trying to get something out of a nest? Oh my gosh. Are we on Dish now? Hello, Dish Network. Hi, Dish Network. Barry Chappell coming to you live from Hollywood, California, home of PrimeTime Shopping. I have an amazing, oh, look at this. I have so many good stuff here. This right here, earlier tonight, I'm not making this up, I was in the elevator going up, and Chris Wallace, the reporter, was in the elevator. He loved this piece. Chris Wallace said, "Did you paint that?" I said, "I didn't paint that." A great Russian artist named Sasha Basari painted it. He said, "That is unbelievable." So you got Chris Wallace's blessing on it. And then Juliet found Chris Wallace was in the elevator, and she ran up 4 flights of stairs trying to catch up. All you got to do if you ever meet Juliet is just go Chris Wallace, and you'll see. Yeah. So I have a very rare Zax. It's got Spider-Man, and you didn't catch me on Dish because you just came on, but we were talking about the web of lies that Spider-Man caught Ashley in when they dated. And I opened this for $1,500. I paid more. That's an EM Zax that are going between $14,000 and $19,000. I heard a rumor. I can't prove it yet because I haven't been on one lately, but EM Zax might be selling on cruise lines. And they get, you know what they get on cruise lines, Patty? You've taken one. You know, they're good. Oh, thousands upon thousands. Any interest? All right. I'll tell you what, I'm going to put this EM Zax at $1,500 to open. Right here. Now, can you hand me Minnie? Here comes Minnie Mouse. Right here, EM Zax.
2529.
2529. But you can't just say 9, Ashley. You got to make it like it's an airplane. 2529er. Yes. 29er. That is Minnie Mouse. That is an original EM Zax Minnie Mouse, and EM Zax, these go between $14,000 and $19,000. And Patty, if they get if the EM Zax deal with the cruise lines come through, they're going to get 19 plus. Yeah, you know what Tell you what I'm going to do on this EM Zax, 14 to 19,000, and that is Minnie Mouse, and she seems to be happy. Tell you what I'm going to do. Oh, this is too cheap. Ashley, what did I pay for this? Because I have a number in mind, but tell me what I paid for this one, because
This one?
I don't know if you should tell me, because I got a number in mind. Unbelievable. I'm going to do this one more time, folks. I paid, when you add the frame, everything, and I paid a lot more. $1,500 to open. If you take a cruise in a few months, there's a very good chance you're going to see EM Zax on there, and they're going to laugh at you if you offered $1,500. If you walk up to one of the cruise people, yes, you're in charge of the cruise. Yes. Is that Minnie Mouse? Yes. Is that EM Zax? Yes. I'll give you $1,500 for it. They'll go, no, 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 no. Steward, get the lifeboat ready. Yes, if you offered somebody $1,500. I'm going to offer you this to open at $1,500 to open, $200 increments once we get the open. All right. And I haven't studied up on this, but Zach signed it right there. But Patty, you might know these things. I'm not accusing you of anything, but is this right here a gang insignia? Does that tell the world what gang? Come in close on that right there, Wilson. Yes. What gang does Minnie swing with? The what? The Key Gang? King Gang. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Patty. Yeah, don't mention it up. And if anybody at the King gang finds out about it, tell them it was somebody named Ashley. I got a Ronnie Woods here. I got a lot of cool stuff, but I'll tell you what. All right, hand me. Yeah. Where they took the Banksy image and put a flower in it. A bouquet. It's entitled Bouquet.
This is 2530.
I paid so much for this because this is such a cool image. And I got to tell you, I know the people that publish EM Zach's. Been trying to get him to come on live on the show. A couple reasons he can't just yet, but someday. It's what?
It's titled Fragile.
This piece is titled Fragile. Are you talking about my emotional state? Because I am fragile, Matt. I am very fragile. Just a little tiny, fragile little being.
Juliana Camp.
Oh, Giuliani could kill me. It would, you know, I was growing up in the 70s. They made up something in karate that my brother used to tell me about. I think it was fake. It was called the 3-day punch, Wilson. You took your hand like this, and according to them, if you punch someone in the back just right, they don't feel much, and 3 days later, and they're dead. Yes. Look at this. This is a $20,000 EM Zach's. This is the EM Zach's I paid the most for. 2530. This, he's got a Banksy type. Holy Toledo. What is this, on sale? Look, here's somebody that they only want $5,000 for this. A lot of people get 20, 25, 30. Right here, they want $5,000. This was the most expensive Banksy I have ever bought to date. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. If you like Banksy, this is EM Zach's, my bad. If you like EM Zach's using a Banksy characteristic, tell you what I'm going to do. Oh, this is too cheap. You see what I paid for this? This will tell me all I need to know about the next 20 minutes. Oh boy. I hope you're out there. $1,800 to open. It's framed. I got one ad right there where somebody wants $5,000. Mine is signed, EM Zach's. Look at that. It is fantastic. This is a unique original. I can already see from this picture the differences in mine. Mine has this hot pink right here. Yes, I did notice, Wilson. Matches your shoes and belt. Yes. If someone doesn't take this at $1,800 for a low price that we saw online of $5,000, I got Zach's that sell for $10,000 at Julian's Arxit House. This is one of the rarest Zach's there is. No open yet. Tell you what. I'm going to put you next to Spider-Man and Minnie. I'm not worried about Spider-Man. I'm worried about Minnie with the gang you just told me she's associated with. Have you ever dealt with that gang much, Patty?
The Latin Kings, no.
Okay, the Latin Kings? All right. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give somebody a chance on an Azoulay that I don't think you're going to get too many chances on. Ashley, can you hand me the one on the right? No. Of those two, no.
Oh.
Yeah. Just the one on the right. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. This is a brand new drawing. Guillaume thinks that he might be making this or pieces like this into an edition. Oh, I mean, this could be priceless. This is Guillaume Azoulay, youngest living artist to ever be accepted in the permanent archival collection of the Louvre, the Bibliothèque Nationale. He has won every award you can think of. Look at that right there.
2520.
And look at those bright colors. Look at that. That is an original done by Guillaume Azoulay. Now, he, look at that, colored watercolor, gold leaf, and he wanted to turn this. He painted this like 10 years ago and said, we should do an edition. I said, well, let's wait. And this is just so wild for Guillaume. That is an amazing Azoulay. Seeing how that's an original. That's an original Guillaume Azoulay. Right there, signed Guillaume Azoulay. There's only one of these, this. It might become the Marquette to a larger edition. Guillaume Azoulay, some of his originals like this have sold for $80,000, $100,000. His Jimi Hendrix, $140,000. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do on this. I hope you're out there. I hope you're out there because this is one of the coolest Azoulays I've ever seen. No, Wilson. No, I don't think Azoulay is on drugs. I think that is too cool for school. You're just mad he's got pink in it that is not as cool. You know, I mean, but anyway. Tell you what I'm going to do. I hope you're out there. This is a one-of-a-kind original that might be used, or you might see this image a lot larger someday in the future. This is one of Guillaume's favorite pieces, too. I'm going to make this so easy. I hope you're out there. And I hope there's multiple bidders. $1,500 to open. $200 increments once we get the open. That is an original, one-of-a-kind Guillaume Azoulay. Look at that. Yes, I have a Peter Max. I got all kinds of great stuff. No open on that. I'm going to take this down. Ashley, right there, what's that horse right there? The violet horse, right?
The violet horse right here?
Yeah.
This is all a mirror.
Amir, yes. Look at that.
2515.
He did an etching. He did one of one, the only one done. Al-Amir. Then he watercolored it, hand-laid gold, and he did this in 2023.
That stands for the prince.
It stands for the Prince?
Yes, sir.
All right. Retail's like $11,000. I mean, this is the only one. The only Al-Amir hand watercolored, hand-laid gold leaf. I might be finished, Matt. Nobody's calling. Nobody likes me. At all. Wilson, you get that feeling tonight? It's like, yeah. Throw him off the top of the CNN building. And Matt's going, but let me film it. And Juliet's going, let me push him. Yeah. What'd she say? Let me call Mike Wallace. Yes. Oh, you got a crush on him. He's probably still up there because you should wait by the elevator. Tell you what I'm going to do. This is the only one done. Dated 2023. One of one, Al-Amir. Look at that, hand-laid gold and etching, hand watercolored. You're talking 10 grand easy. But you guys set the price. Okay? Tell you what. Start at zero, $200 increments. I just want to see if anybody's watching me. Oh, I got some gold, folks, and you're going to need it. I'm going to need it. Everybody's going to need it. Something bizarre is going on. I'm not sure what it is yet, but the rush to gold is well founded. I don't know if somebody's setting up a new currency. That would make sense if the Russian, the Chinese, and the Saudis all developed a gold-backed currency like we used to have after Bretton Woods, where you could redeem in gold. Something weird's going on. Folks, I'm starting at zero. That's an original Azoulay. Thank you, Chopper. 200 has been bid on my $10,000 Azoulay. We are talking 10,000. I am at, look at that. Look how he, 400. Look how he hand laid the gold leaf. Look at this, hand watercolored. This is, the man is the youngest living artist to be accepted into the permanent collection of those. Yeah, we're at 4, looking for 6. $400 going once. Tell Chopper we're going to tell the story about how Ashley and Spider-Man, what happened there. I'm at $400. Okay.
What would you like to do? You want to bid on this? You would have to do 600. 600
600 has been bid. We're at 600 looking. Talking to Matt. We have 600 looking for a chopper. Don't miss out on this. 600 going once. 600 going twice. Fair. Final warning. Sold to Juliet's customer. That was a steal. Yeah, pull that one up. Now,
Will you like it to be framed?
you waving the chopper?
251, no, the Clio and MH.
Clio and MH. Now, did you tell Clio and MH about your web of lies that you wove with Spider-Man?
They won't believe that.
They won't believe it.
They know me too well.
This is 5 of 10 Vitesse State 2 2019. Hand-laid gold leaf. Look at this. You saw in the little film on Guillaume him making silk screens. This is probably, I'm just counting, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 13. This is probably 17 or 18 color serigraph, but then he has to hand lay the gold leaf. Tell you, this is 7,500 in the latest Print World Guide, but I'll tell you what. Oh, this is 7,500 at least. This is BC 2517. Start at $0, $250 increments. This is one of the most expensive Azoulay serigraphs. That Guillaume Azoulay is considered the king of the line. What's that? Does he want to open on this? We're at $0. Oh. 250. Cleo says he's going to come down and spank me if I'm not nicer to Ashley. Well, Cleo, I will try and be nicer to Ashley, but I was trying to figure out why Spider-Man spanked her. So, I am at $250 on a $7,500 Azoulay right here. This is $7,500. There 500. There are only 10 of these ever made by Guillaume Azoulay. Only 10. The man is in the Louvre. He's in the Bibliothèque Nationale. He has won every award. And there's only 10 of these. I am at 5 looking for 750. Folks, there's only 10 of these. There's only 10. This is the Guillaume Azoulay, the youngest artist to ever be accepted into the Louvre, the Bibliothèque Nationale. He was born in Casablanca. $500 going once. Oh, this is crazy. $500 going twice. Folks, up here, Wilson, there's only 10 of these pieces. Chopper, this is one of the few easels that actually works. There's only 10 of these ever made. 10. Guillaume Azoulay is the youngest living artist to ever be accepted into the Louvre, the permanent archival collection. He is collected by everybody. He is in the Smithsonian collection. Guillaume Azoulay is as good as it gets. $500 going once. $500. Chopper, you got to get this one. This is as good as it gets. Hang on. Keep him online because I got an idea. Hey, Matt. Hey, because I don't want to be unfair to the $500 bidder, but this is going so cheap. This is so cheap. Now, Wilson, when you're street walking and it's a hard time, hard night, not getting many honks, and when you do go over to talk to strangers, they just yell insults at you. Did your mommy ever tell you you'd have nights like that as a streetwalker? She did. Did she toughen you up? Give you a can of mace? All right. All right, 500 going once. 500 going twice. All in, all said. That is gone. Way too cheap. Now, I'm scared to do another one. Yeah, well, now, don't I have to the Zacks, do I have the Marquette and the number one?
Do you mean this one?
No, it's a queen. So you should have two queens. Yeah. Yeah, folks, E.M. Zacks is becoming one of the biggest names in pop art. I am hoping the cruise lines pick him up. From what I have been told, seems like a good shot.
2339.
Now, what is so important? This is the Marquette. Which one's number one?
2337.
Oh, right here. What does that say?
That says 1 of 25.
1 of 25. This is the original. That is the Marquette to an edition he did of the Queen before she died. And what I am doing is want to show you the original Marquette. It says Certificate of Authenticity, Queen. Signed, yes, 2022, Zacks, Queen. And he signed his name on the cert. He did everything on the back. But this is the Marquette. Look at that hologram, yeah. This is the one that he created the edition for. On Azoulay, Royo, Peter Max, people like that, that's 40 grand, 30 grand. And then here is the first one of the edition. This is the Marquette, and this is number one of only 25. Oh, I want to sell these together. You're going to get one of the first ever editions ever done by E.M. Zacks. Once he's finished, he Jackson Pollocks it with some paint. You got Popeye the Sailor Man up there. You got everything. And this is the Marquette, and below is number one. You are talking, oh my goodness. with a Zax, the way EM Zax is going up, this is like having Andy Warhol. I mean, this is pretty cool. I mean, you are talking the number one, you're talking about 35, 40 grand between these two. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Oh, so you have, it's entitled The Queen. Yeah, the original for the Queen and the number 1 of 25. Yes. I hope you're out there because I don't, you know, I got, this is a very serious auction. That's a Marquette for both. Actually, this is a $35,000, $40,000. I mean, if VM Zax takes off the way he has already started, to have the original to the Queen that he released, then she died, and then you have the number 1 and the Marquette. Oh my God, this is 30, 40 grand. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this so easy. Let's see who's out there. Not for one, but for both. And that original Marquette is worth a ton. This is too cheap, but let's see if anybody's watching me. $2,500 to open for both. $200 increments once we get the open. You have the Marquette and you have the number 1 of 50. 1 of 25, my bad. The Marquette and then the number 1 of 25. If there was ever, if you like pop art, you're talking about Zax getting the Marquette to the edition and the number 1 of that new edition at $2,500 to open. Look at that. Bingo, that's the Marquette right there. Folks, that is the original right there. This was E.M. Zax, one of his first editions, done in 2022. No open once. No open twice. Fair and final. No open. I am going to move these out of the way. I'm actually going to just move them right over here. Well, it's 50 and a half. I got to watch the Queen drive by when I was in Nassau in the Bahamas. She waved. I can't guarantee she was waving at me because she was, to be queen, you got to have that wave down just right. Oh, yeah, that's it, Patty. Yes. This is a Peter Max original. That is acrylic on paper. I don't know if any of you have taken a Park West cruise, but Peter Max, an original acrylic on paper. Oh my gosh, 18, 20, 22,000. Look at that. This is item number BC 2526. You folks going to need some gold. I got some coming up in a few minutes. It's getting strange out there, Wilson. Can't believe the Chinese and the Russians and the Saudis are talking about new currency and they're tired of the dollar standard. Ooh, so you're going to need some gold, and I have it. 18,000 retail, I'll tell you what. Ashley, what do you see on 2526? Yes. Thousand, and just so you can prove, he drew pictures on the back. Peter Max drew a picture on the back. Look at that. He drew a sailboat, a profile of a lady in the boat. Then he put a big M. What does that say right there? Melanie Love Max, 2005. He drew this for Melanie. All right. Oh. $2,000 to open, $200 increments. That's an original Peter Max. And if you know somebody named Melanie, you'll be an even bigger. But he drew a picture on the back. Look at that. That is a gorgeous Peter Max. No interest yet? It's okay. Got a few Michael Schofields. Yes. Who is that?
Susan asked, how are you doing?
I am doing fine, Susan. Thank you. Remember, Susan, it's me and you against all these people. Yeah. And just always remember, Susan, the reason people think I'm paranoid is because everybody's out to get me. All right. No, I'm doing fine, Susan. Thank you. Okay. I got a Rolling Stone, Ronnie Wood here. I got, tell you what, I got the coolest Sasha Basari known to mankind. Okay, stay. Yeah, there you go. This came from my house. It is in so many pictures with me and Oleg. I bought this. I offered it to everybody let's see, 2018, 1920, 5 years ago, and nobody bought it. That is the coolest Sasha Basari ever. Now, say what? What is the title?
Timeless Love.
Timeless Love? Look at this. This is so off the chart perfect. I mean, you are talking Sasha Basari, the coolest painting, and I've seen a lot of cool ones. In a Florida gallery that handles Basari, it's going to be $25,000. Today, yeah, list price, yeah, $25,000. I was in the elevator. I am not making this up. I met Jay Leno in the parking garage. I only got to talk to him for about 30 seconds. And I was going to ask him, why are you driving such a dinky little car? You know what I'm talking about, Pay. That was the smallest car. And then I go, that is so cool. I just met Jay Leno. And then I get in the elevator, and David lets another famous person in, Chris Wallace. And Chris Wallace, and David said, hey, this is my friend Barry. He sells paintings. And Chris Wallace said, that's a beautiful painting. Did you paint it? I said, no, I didn't. A nice guy named Sasha Basari. So the Chris Wallace loves it, like this painting. He goes, that's a gorgeous painting. Now, where should I start on this painting? I'm going to make somebody very, very happy. 1,800 to open, $200 increments. This is as nice of a Basari. His galleries get 20, 25,000. Saatchi Online sells his work in London for a fortune. 1,800 to open. Timeless Love. Yes. Look at that. That is as cool as it gets. He has blended these colors perfectly. Any interest in Timeless Love? All right, I'm going to move along. That surprised me. Okay. Yeah, I got a Ronnie Woods, but I'll tell you what I am going to show you right now. Besides my 1915 PMS61 that I have a comp for $7,400 that was going to open a lot less, here's what I'm going to do. Folks, get some gold. Get some gold. Something big's up. These are 2 peso gold coins. I wanted to pick something that everybody could afford because you're going to need it, in my humble opinion. Something strange is up. I'm not sure what it is, but it is strange. And something big's going to be happening. You know that the central banks have been net buyers. They used to be sellers. They're buying every ounce of gold they can get. You got China, you got Russia, all adding. Those are 2 pesos. And I will give you the item number on the 2 peso. It is BC. Ashley, what's the item number on the 2 peso?
What is the what? That is
2541. That is 0.0482, 0.0482 of an ounce of gold. Now that is a 2 peso gold coin. Next to it is a 2.5 peso. Come on, you stay up, little 2 peso. You almost good. Stay there, little 2 peso. You just got to say it, 2 peso. I think I can. I think I can. I know I can. Yeah, I'm rooting the little 2 peso to stand up next to the 2.5 pesos. Oh, don't knock them down, Chappell. And put another 2.5. Please protect your family. Do what you can, because it's going to get really. This is only my feeling. I got a bachelor's degree and a master's degree in economics. I did a lot of studying on inflation. All right, you just all going to fall down on me. Ashley, can you set the little 2 pesos up? Because I got 2, 2.5. I got 5 pesos that have 0.1206 of gold. Yeah, I'm going to put the 5 peso right there. Yeah. Here. If you can get 2 more 5 pesos up. And then I'm going to put up El Grosso Grande, the 10 peso. Okay, here's more 5s. It's hard to keep them standing up. It's kind of like when you take your friends out drinking. Is it hard to stand up?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. Put the 10 pesos on the bottom or wherever. Oh, you can fit them right there. Yeah. Don't make a mistake. All right. So, folks, I have 10 pesos. Can you get another 5 peso in there? 10, 5, 2.5, and 2 pesos. Now, camera, Barry, whatever. A 2 peso has 0.0482 of gold in it. A 2.5 has 0.0603 of gold. That's pure gold weight. A 5 pesos pure gold weight is 0.1206. So 2.5 of an ounce, basically. Well, no. And then the 10 peso is 0.2411. Just under 1/4 of an ounce of gold. Something big is up. I don't know what it is, but I've been watching every day. My dog actually got me up this morning at 5 in the morning. I was planning on getting up at 5:50 to see the inflation number. Take a look at those. I had to sneeze. Sorry. So, now back to me. Here's what I'm going to do. I have calculated the absolute best price on this planet. This is gold. This is what used to be money. You know, J.P. Morgan used to say around the office in the 20s and 30s, you have two things. You have gold and everything else is paper. J.P. Morgan loved gold. Banks love gold. Something big's happening. If they reevaluate money in today's terms with inflation, what it's been, oh my goodness. The whole idea was people used to calculate an ounce of gold in 1913 when they started the Fed. 100 years later in 2013, you could pretty much buy the same suit, the same clothes, dollar for dollar with the value of gold, because gold seems to be constant. It seems to be a store of money and a standard of money, which money needs to be. I got prices that nobody in the free or unfree world can offer you. I hope you're out there tonight. Now, Wilson, let's start with the 2 peso, the little tiny coin that still has 0.0482 of an ounce of gold. Buy as many as you can. I'll tell you what is what is the item number on the 2 peso? 25 what? 25.41. There it is, 2 pesos. And if you could add somewhere on this mat, if you could add somewhere 0.0482 of gold. Yeah, Mexican gold, 2 pesos, 0.0482 gold. Yeah, thank you. Tell you what I'm going to do. I see other networks wanting $2.59 for 2 pesos. Not me, not me. $179 for a 2 peso. Let's move on to the 2.5 peso. What's that? Oh. 179. List is 249 on another network. I won't mention their name. I should, but I won't. All right, on the 2.5 peso, it's got 0.0603. I saw another network selling these for $299.19, some bizarre price. So the list with somebody else was $219. Watch this. $189 on the 2.5. Now, the 5 peso, about 1/8 of an ounce of gold there, 0.1206. I saw people selling this for $589. I'm not going to sell it for $589. I'm going to sell it for $359. And then the large 10 peso, just under 1/4 ounce of pure gold, weight, 0.2411 of gold weight, pure gold weight. It's 90%, but when you melt out the 10, you end up with pure gold weight of 2.411. Oh, this hurts. Because I saw somebody, flim flam type of company, that wanted $840 for an AU to UNC. They want $840. List price was $840. Not me. $679. That's the good news. Bad news is I don't have enough to go around. Whether you want a 2 peso, a 2.5 peso, a 5 peso, or a 10 peso, you cannot beat it. I have given you prices that are so unbelievable. Please call. If you can buy one of each, you are going to need it. Camera 2, something's up. I don't know what it is. I got a 4-year degree in economics from what used to be Southern Oregon State College. Now it's University of Southern Oregon. I got a master's degree from University of Nevada, Reno. I was fascinated by inflation. I lived in Germany for 1 year when I was 10 years old. I used to pester my dad about the gold standard. Nixon took us off of the gold standard. Why? Because France was trying to clean out Fort Knox. If Nixon hadn't have done that, the French would have gotten all of our gold. Now it's backed by nothing but the gold, the faith and credit of the American people. What does that mean? It's based on how much you're going to earn and give to the government. That's not what wealth should be. That's wealth on the screen. That's gold. It's been money for 4,500 years. It's never been worth zero. And gold today is harder than heck to get. Something big is up. I don't know if we're talking 6 months or 6 weeks, but something strange is going on. Buy as many as you can.
How many do you want? Just one? Okay. I'm going to take one of those 2 pesos.
All right, a 2 peso gone. And somebody wants one of each. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So now I didn't have many to start with. Like the 2 peso, I only had 5 to start with. Now I'm down to 4. Now I'm down to 3. Of the 2.5, I only had 5 of those. I've got sold 2 already. The 5 peso. I can't believe I priced that 5 peso so cheap. What am I doing? There's about 1/8 of an ounce of gold in that 5 peso. Yes. And the big 10 peso, which is just under 1/4 of an ounce of pure gold weight. I priced that 10 pesos so cheap. Oh my goodness, get online. All of our lines are busy because you can feel it too. Camera 2. It's just not me. You can feel it. Something crazy is getting ready to happen with the money system. I know we've already had 2 banks go broke and the government came in to bail them out, which shouldn't have been happening. That's going to cause more to go broke because they think the government's going to bail them out. And once somebody stops bailing them out, when there's more problems, you're going to be going, I am so happy I got gold. Because for over 5,000 years, you could always buy something with it. It's never been worth nothing. I have the best prices on TV. Show them the prices. The bottom on the what did I? $7. It's gorgeous. And it's made out to melody. So, all of our lines are busy. Please be patient. And the reason they're busy, camera 2, the reason they're busy is you can feel it too. Something big's up. One of the biggest blunders I've seen our government make was letting Russia and China and Saudi Arabia get together. Oh my gosh, they're going to squeeze, they're going to start their own currency. maybe a gold backed, I don't know. You need this. Please buy it. I have lowered these to virtual cost so you guys can get some gold. Yes, I'm coming. Doing that's a special draw. Thank you. How many do they want? Every line is busy trying to get gold. What do they say, Ashley? It's as good as what? Gold. Yeah. Except for my dog. My dog says it's as good as tinfoil because he chews up everything I have to eat. Did he take it at 17? Is that a sale?
So you only pay $13.99 for shipping.
Yes, because we offered it to them and they didn't. Give me 3 minutes, and if not, you can sell it for that. Yes, which one do they want? Which one do you want? How many of the 10 pesos do I have left? Because I didn't have many to start with. On the 10 pesos, I only had 3 to start with. I only had 3. How many 10 pesos have you guys sold? I only have 3. I thought I had a lot more.
And now that you're registered for this, you're registered for that too. So you can call in and just give us your zip code and we'll purchase it or auction. We don't have an auction. But he does sell like
Yes, get one of those 10 pesos. That's approximately a quarter ounce of gold. And I'll tell you, on a 10 peso, that's a 5 peso. Let's go with a 10 peso. Yeah, look at that, 0.241. Just about a quarter of an ounce of gold at $6.79. Oh my goodness. I only have 3 of them. I think we might be down to 2. Yell, get them. You're going to need it, my humble opinion. I was amazed by the Weimar Republic and how they could get to the point that there were trillion mark notes. I mean, when you're walking around in the late 1920s, early 1930s, and Germany, and people are saying that's 5 trillion marks, someone's got to be going, we might have a slight problem here, you know. You sold it? No. Ashley, you can have it.
He said thank you for
Thank you. Who is that? Faza. Thank you. Ashley, if you want the Peter Max, it's yours. Now, I hope I get to keep this painting because I like this painting. But now, keep it on the gold. Keep it on the gold because how many of the 10 pesos have we sold? Patty, does it show you how many of the 10 pesos? Approximately a quarter ounce of gold. I would be buying those all day, all night, all day Saturday. Have we sold any of the 10 pesos? Another couple, 2 pesos.
2 of the 2.5 pesos, and then 1 of the 2 pesos, 1 of 10
One of the 10s is gone. So I'm down. One of each. And she even said, please, one of each. Thank you. So I am down to my last 10 peso. Is that correct? Well, hey, guess what? I've been practicing because Patty speaks fluent Spanish. All right, are you ready, Patty? I learned this from the late Don Knotts. For all that information you just gave me, gracias. That's what Don Knox would say. So I'm down to 110 peso. So this is gone. And I think the Peter Max sold. Peter Max is gone. I am down to 110 peso. You want 2.5? Yeah. Another one or just one? Okay. 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 Folks, I'm down to 110 peso. How many 5 pesos are gone? Because I only had 4 of the 2.5s and 7 of the 5 pesos. Those 5 pesos are so cool. And Ashley gets 1 of each. Okay. Let me see if I can gently. There. Be gentle. There is the 10, the 5. And I am going to use another flip for the 2 and the 2.5. I just knocked them all down. Okay. Here is
1, 2, 3, 4. That's for me.
yes. Somebody else bought one of these. We got one left. I know we sold
I need a 2.5.
a 2.5. That looks like a 2.5, right?
Looks like a 5.
All right, that's a 2. Where's a 2.5? Oh, take one of these. Take one off there. Yeah, there you go. This could be a 2.5, right? Ashley, that's a 2.5 right there, right? That's a 5. Oh, there's some more here. Here's one more. Well, thank you, thank you. Did anybody buy my jersey?
Customers asking any more art tonight?
Yes, I got more art tonight. Yes, I got some. I'm going to auction off some Schofields. I am going to auction off my Ronnie Wood. I don't want to sell this, but, oh, hang on. Don't keep it on the gold. I am down to only 110. I got a couple 2.5s and 1 or 2 5 pesos. I thank you. You have, but please, I'm not messing around. I think you're going to need this. Hey, I'll tell you what, give it 6 months. If you don't see some major shock, then say Barry's full of it. But Barry thinks something big's brewing. Something big is brewing. So there you go. Oh, and if you want, two of the 2.5s. All right. So I tell you what, If you want to stay neutral, I will tell you right now. I don't know. Oh, 1906, 1959, stuff like that. Folks, I only have 5 of these. If you want to stay neutral, Wilson, that is a Swiss franc. That is a gold Swiss franc. I love it. The Swiss franc, Helvetian Swiss franc. That is the 20 franc. Ashley, what is the item number on the 20 franc Swiss franc? 20, no, it's franc. You say franc. 2078. Gold is in a 20 franc. I know I have it on my notes.
No worries. Okay, so,
Patty knows that real quick.
what do you need?
How much gold is in a 20 franc Swiss? 0.01. 0.1867, about 1/5 of an ounce. This has been accepted money everywhere on the planet, and I just want to show you here. Oh, look at some of these comps. Look at this. Just on a 5 peso, somebody wants $445. On a 2 peso, they want $275 on eBay. $250 on a little 2 peso. Look at some of these prices. But I'll tell you what, I want to show you this Swiss franc price, because Swiss franc, some of the biggest dealers. Here, look at this. Look at this right here. $539. This is before gold made its run. It's been up and up. It's now over $2,000 an ounce. It's 2008 or 2012 an ounce right now. And that's even before they made the run. They wanted $539. If you were in World War II and you were a fighter pilot for the British or the Americans, that was in your survival kit. 3 9-carat gold rings to trade with. A British, a French gold franc, a Swiss franc, and a British franc, British pound, whatever. British sovereign. So here's what I can do on the Swiss francs. Come in close on those, because I only have 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Might be 7 of them. Are you ready for this? What does it show my cost as? You know, gold's been going straight up. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Oh, this should be a treat. I hope you're out there. I'm not going to raise it. Should I raise it?
Yes.
What would you price it at? On. Matt, I got to rename Ashley. Now, Miss Ratchet. Nurse Ratchet.
That's Nurse Ratchet.
Yeah. You never saw One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest? Never mind. Oh, man. I'll tell you what, I only got 7 of them. Gold's been on a tear. Sold out on the 2.5s. Only got 110 left. Might only have 1 or 2 5s left. I'll tell you what, on the Swiss franc, $495. That's melt for all day. $495. Get it. I only have 7 of them. That is the coin. What did I just do? Yeah, $495. It should have been $549. $495. I got 5 of them at $495. What time do I go off TV, Matt? 9 o'clock. Thank you. Because I am surprised, amazed. Oh. A 1980 American hockey jersey signed by every player and I believe the coach. Look at this. This is the year the Americans beat the Russians. Nobody thought it was possible. The Russians had wanted everything, every time. And the Americans beat the Russians 4-3. And then 2 days later, they beat Finland and get the gold in hockey for the first time. That is what the movie with Kurt Russell, The Miracle on Ice, was about. A long time ago, I bought I bought quite a few of these. I've sold every one. I saved one. And this has a cert guaranteeing it. Yeah, it should be called the Ashley Show. Take a look at this. That is the authenticator. A lot of the authenticators were there when they were signing it, when they arrived back in the United States after winning the gold. What is the item number on the jersey? Ashley, do you have the item number on the jersey? 1980. Well, I think Ashley knows it. All right, see if you can find it. 1980 USA, hockey jersey. Signed by all the players. Oh, some of them went on into the majors. Did you see it anywhere? Signed by all of the 1980 U.S. hockey team players. I had one here before. 521? Is that called BC 521? Yeah, okay, what does that say? Because I don't have my glasses. Yes, Miracle Gold Hockey Team jersey, signed by all players and coaches. This is not framed. I had one that was framed, and list price $18,000. I was on eBay today. They were $5,000 on the low end. They were $19,000 on the high end. There weren't many of these. Here's what I did on this. I'll tell you what, whoever wants to open on this, $2,500 to open. It is the last one I have. This is the greatest upset. When people start talking about upsets, they talk about the 1980 Miracle USA team that ended up winning the gold. Nobody had beat the Russians anywhere. And then you add the Swedes, the Finnish, the Germans. America went through them all. They beat the Russians, and 2 days later, in the final match, they beat Finland and they won the game. 2,500. And I'm going to put this Miracle jersey right up here. Stay. And we'll put the graphics up at 2,500. That will be a steal. He is very welcome. Thank him for watching. I sure appreciate it. I realize people have a choice who they watch and where they buy things, and I'm grateful they choose me. Okay. Now, did somebody, I quoted 2,500. Were they interested in that, or what'd they say? It's the last jersey I have. Take a look at this now, Wilson. I don't know. Melvin is watching, but you talk about a rare gold coin. 1915. Graded MS61. When I go to the next Long Beach coin show, if this does not sell right now, I am going to tell them there is no way this is only a 6-1. Easy a 6-2. Maybe a 6-2 plus. Look at the reverse. Beautiful coin. No major bag marks. I showed you right here. Here is an ad where they want $7,290. But here's what I can do. This is BC 2471. Oh. I'm going to do, I hope you're out there. They only minted 152,000 coins. An entire run of St. Gaudens in Philadelphia. In 1915, they only minted 152,000. That makes it one of the lowest issues ever. Not 4 million, not 8.8 million like the 1928, if I remember right. You're talking 152,000 total mintage. Here's what I'm going to do. Melvin, if you're watching, Mr. W, any of my coin customers, watch this. I'm thinking about something here. Here's what I'm going to do. I love this coin. 32. I'm going to do right here, right now. I hope you're out there. Oh. 3,900 to open. $200 increments. This is one of the lowest minute St. Gaudens there is on this planet. What's that? Say what, Patty? They only minted 152,000. All right. And I hope I don't sell it. I love this coin at 30. I priced it that cheap? 3,900 to open? Oh my goodness. And how close do we come on the jersey? Because you were talking to somebody.
Well, hey, I'm gonna let Barry know.
Oh. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I got a Ronnie Wood, the guitarist for the Rolling Stone. He loves art. I'm going to take the jersey down. And nobody bought my Basari. Tell you what I'm going to do. Ashley, can you grab this? I don't mind hanging on this. I love this painting. Nobody has bought that painting yet. All right. Here's a Michael Schofield original, oil on canvas. It was done in 2008. It is called Peak of Dust. Peak of Dusk. All right. That is a Michael Schofield original. He's been getting 25,000. He is in the $1 billion Arm & Hammer collection. Michael Schofield is set records for Hub's Historical. You got everything you could want in this piece. Oh, take this because this sold, right, Ashley?
Yes, sir.
All right. Look at that. It looks like there is isn't that something, Wilson? It looks like there's a flashlight behind it. It's so bright. BC 2504. I get to keep my hockey jersey. Tell you what I'm going to do on that. One of the last Michael Schofields I got. $2,500 to open. Make it $2,000 to open, Patty. I don't think Ashley likes that nickname I gave her. Nurse Ratchet.
Oh, no, that wasn't the first time you told me that.
Do you like it?
That's fine.
Have you ever seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
No.
Tell you what, watch that, and then let me know what you think about it.
You know, David still
Well, Gwendolyn, that is your name. David is right. But David, people she knows well, she lets him call her Gwenny. Oh, that's beautiful. Tell you what, just to see if anybody's watching me, I'll probably take a loss on this.
Anthony says that that's his favorite movie.
Oh, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest? Well, Jack Nicholson, Danny DeVito, they all got their start in that. 1,500 to open, that is bottom. Let me know if you're interested. That is a perfect Schofield. Folks, I thank you for watching me. My daughter called me up to tell me, you know who her graduation speaker is? And I actually met him once, 35 years ago. Martin Sheen. Where? Met him on Wandermere Road in Point Doom. He came riding down the street on a very rusty old bicycle. I'll tell you what, folks, no open on that. Here's what I'm going to do. I am going to move this along, and what I am going to do, folks, we're going to put this up. Comes with a certificate of authenticity. All members of the 1980 USA hockey team, all their coaches, signed it and has a certificate of authenticity. I saw them online today, 5,500. One was 7,500. Mine has the cert. Mine has not been opened up. You open that up and you're going to have 1980 air. I'll tell you what. What did I have this up at, Ashley? 2,500. Watch this. And I'm only going to give people one shot on this. I'm going to keep this if you guys don't take it. I never compete against my customers. Here's what I'm going to do. 1,800 to open. Bottom, bottom, bottom. I'm probably losing money. 1,800 to open. $200 increments once we get the open. That's something. I know in the movie with Kurt Russell, they're just laughing him off. You can't beat the Russians. Nobody can beat the Russians. And they beat the Russians. And then they beat the Finland. Those Finnish people. You know what happened after America beat them? The Finland people, they were Finnish. All right, stupid joke. All right. Call me back if we get anybody who wants to open that at 1800. I have this rare 1915P. I'm going to take this to Long Beach. I'm going to try and get this to become a 6.2. I don't know why it's only a 6.1. Only 152,000 minted that year. That is so obscenely low, Wilson. I lowered this down to 3,900 to open. I have say what? Oh, this is BC 2471. Pick a painting. They don't like what I'm doing tonight, Ashley. They don't like me anymore. Pick an Azoulay, Ashley. Pick an Azoulay. Any Azoulay you want. Pick an Azoulay. Hey, that copper leaf. Whoa. It takes two. That is copper leaf. 2512. Azoulay. Very few of these were done. It was done in 2012? Is that 2012 or 2017? Come in close on that date. There's only 3 of the HC. This was a friend of the artist. This was when he laid copper leaf. What does that say? Because 1 of 17. One of 3 BATs from 2017. This is a very expensive piece because I talked to Guillaume at length. He says, that copper leaf is not the easiest to lay properly. And he said, I always wanted to try it, but it's a lot harder than it looks. I'll tell you what, Print World Guide is like 4,500 or plus. $500 to open, $100 increments after we get the open. $500. That is a BAT. Bonater, friend of the artist, copper leaf. Yes. That clock keeps moving, Wilson. Like hours in a sand glass. So goes the days of our lives. And nobody wants to buy from me anymore. I think I'm going to have to bring in a voodoo Charmin. Yeah, to get any of the... No open on that. camera 2, I have Azoulays here. I have Bassaris. I have Schofields. I have a Ronnie Wood, the guitarist for the Rolling Stones. I got a 1980 hockey jersey signed by every U.S. player on that gold-winning Miracle team. I have Mexican gold. I have a lot of cool stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say something. Let's open on it. It was $500 to open. All right, so we have the open. We have 500. Next bid would be 6. 500 has been bid. What are you going to do the rest of the night, Wilson? You don't have the energy to walk the drag. I'm sorry, the strip. Wow, this is going to be an uneventful. One bidder. Yeah, no, 500 going once. I probably paid a lot more, but that's how you can tell this is a real network. I watch some of these other ones, and bidding comes from like, I don't know, Wilson. You've seen them. 500 going twice. This is a mistake on my part. All in. And who's getting this, Patty?
His name is Arnaldo. Yes.
Say again?
Arnaldo.
Arnaldo? Thank you. All in, all said, sold. Thank you. That is gone. That was a deal of a lifetime. That is sold. What else? None of the Schofields. I'll tell you what I will do. Pick a painting, Azoulay. Azoulay. We just sold it. All right. I got a Ronnie Wood, but nobody. Oh. I'll tell you what. Pick a painting. All right. NR, pick a painting.
You gonna do your Basari?
Put it up there. Yeah. You didn't even get the NR.
NR? Where's the NR?
No, NR for Nurse Ratchet.
Oh.
I don't want to sell this, but I'll let people have one more chance. This is my favorite all-time Basari. Right here, Russian canvas. I've had this for 5 years. It doesn't look even, though, does it, Wilson? Does that look better, or is it a function of the easel? All right, that's more even. So, that's not even. How come, look at the camera. Oh, that camera looks good, but this one doesn't. Does that look even to you on TV? Which way is it leaning? So I need to make it go more or less?
To your right,
More to my, is that, no, then it's really leaning. Oh no, hang on. Man, I'm an idiot. How do I, does that look straight now? No. Is that better? I took a quiz this morning. I'm not making this up. I get these daily quizzes, and it was can you spell as well as a 6th grader? And I did. I only missed 2 questions. All right, this is my favorite Pissarri of all time. Look at that. Tell you what I'm going to do. Whoever gets this, you got to give it a good home. Oh, look at that. Timeless love. It's like Love Story with Allie. What's her name? Allie McGraw. She used to call that guy, "Hey, Preppy." And then she died, Wilson, of leukemia. Another Hollywood movie. What about Bang the Drum Slowly? Who was that died of leukemia? He was a ball player. Wasn't it Gale Sayles or... I don't know why I'm talking about death. All right. I hate to do this. I love this painting. I'm going to give you guys a chance. Bottom, 1,500 to open. On the greatest Pissarri. Yeah, that is... That's oil on Russian canvas. We have the open. Thank you, Stuart. We have 1,500. 1,500 looking for 17th. That is one of the prettiest Pissarris I've ever seen. Look at the backdrop behind the clock. I mean, that reds, those purples. Oh, that's just beautiful. 1,500 going once. This is too cheap. 1,500. Going twice. All in. All said. Is he a good customer? Is he going to go out? 17? On. This is too cheap. I'm at 17. This is one of the greatest Pissarris I've ever seen. 1,900. Where does Stuart live? I like Texas. What's that? What part of Texas? I've been there many times. I used to go down to Corsicana, Texas, and drill for oil. I drilled stripper wells. That is not a person. That is a type of well where you find oil at 1,500 feet or less. All right, going once, going twice, fair, final warning, sold to Texas. Yes. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Fort Worth. All right.
You want to show your Jonathan Winters?
Yes, let's show my Jonathan Winters and let's show my Ronnie Wood. All right. I got to spend a day with Jonathan Winters. He was the funniest guy on the planet. Jonathan Winters was in, well, not together. All right, NR. Have you seen that movie lately, Patty? One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
No.
You need to watch it. Right here, this is number 28 at 275. The Umbrella Dancers, signed by Jonathan Winters, 1970. He came on my show. This is BC 2534. If you go online, they're 4,000 and 5,000. Jonathan Winters died, I think, 5 or 6 years ago. If you ever watch that movie, it's a mad, world. He's in it with Spencer Tracy and a lot of other people. I'll tell you what do we have the cost down on this? Oh. Tell you what I'll do. This is great. This used to hang in my office. I love this piece. He was one of the funniest. I don't have time to show you. I got to spend, we filmed about 45 minutes, me with Jonathan Winters. You talk about funny. He's funny. And he couldn't say enough kind things about Robin Williams, where he met on Mork and Ork. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. $800 to open, $100 increments. Oh, Ashley, you know what they say. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't get him to roller skate uphill. It's a problem. Yes. Have you ever tried to roller skate uphill? No. And you think Mr. Ed, as smart as he was, could roller skate uphill? No, he couldn't. Of course he couldn't. That's a dumb question. All right. No, that's 800 to open. On the only Jonathan Winters, he signed it, he dated it, he numbered it. Now, the creme de la creme. I must have this. Kind of like Reggie Jackson in The Naked Gun 33 and a third, The Final Insult. Must kill the queen. You remember that? This was done by Ronnie Wood. Number 53 of 500. Signed. That is not plate signed or stamped. That's hand signed by Ronnie Wood, the guitarist. He wrote a book about how art was his first real love. These would sell for $35,000 at some of his concerts. You even get a book right here of Ronnie Wood. And Ronnie Wood signed the book. Ronnie 07, enjoy. Now, folks, I don't know if you've tried to go to the Rolling Stone concert. What are they going to charge you? $2,500? $3,000 if you got a date to get in there? I have, these are listed at $31,000 on Art Brokerage. Ronnie Wood exhibition done by Ronnie Wood, number 53 of 500, signed by Ronnie with the book. Look at all the embellishment he did on this, hand embellished. What do we have my cost down on? BC 2499er. Really? I knew I'd pay. This is a great piece. Tell you what I'm going to do. Oh, this is just, I know, they're 30 grand online. Tell you what, I hope you're out there. 2,500 to open. You get the book. You get the lithograph, and he hand signed it. Here's the thing, though. I can't understand how Mick Jagger, Ronnie Wood, and these people can still hear. With all that music playing. Well, folks, I have 4 more minutes. Call me. Can't believe nobody wanted the 1915P, but I'm going to take that to Long Beach. Nobody bought the jersey, Ashley? I lowered it and lowered it. You know what they say, Wilson? Some days you get the bear, one day the bear gets you. My daughter's going to probably go to Italy and a few places after she graduates from LMU. I told her when I was 10, I saw the Albania-Yugoslavia border. And everybody would tell me, 10-year-old kid, you cross that border, you never be seen again. And Albania to this day ain't the friendliest place. Have you ever gone camping in Albania yet, Wilson? I'd give you $100 to do it. Camera 2. In the words of the late Ross Perot, you know what he used to say? I'm all ears. Make me some offers on anything you've seen tonight. I have 3 or 4 or 5 minutes. I got Zach, Schofield, Jonathan Winters, Azoulay, a 1915P that they only met in 3,200 and losing my mind. 152,000. Patty, do you think I got 1 minute? That's it. Keep calling. Patty, do you think after she sees One Flews Over the Cuckoo's Nest, she's still going to talk to me? Hey, we love you, Buford. Don't kick that dog. I'm not even going to be mean to you. I'm going to blowtorch your house. Yeah, Buford. I make sure there's no animals, no kids in there, Buford. I'm going to come by and blowtorch your house. You kick that dog again, you're done. And folks, I'll be back next Wednesday. I have sure enjoyed showing my wares with you. And call me if whether it's a Ronnie Wood, a Zach's, anything, a 1915P or a hockey jersey from the Miracle 1980 Olympics. Thank you very much. I will see you next Wednesday night. And am I still on or am I? I'm on? What?